What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a brand new edition of Holding Court here on the First State Hoops Report YouTube channel. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. My name is Chris Stevens. I am the founding editor of First State Hoops Report and the host and producer, editor, blase of this Holding Court podcast, as you guys have come to know. For those of you who are not new, if you're new, don't forget to subscribe, tap the notification bell, because there's highlights dropping every week. There's this dropping every week. We try to keep up on everything that goes on with high school basketball in the state of Delaware. It's been a challenge, in recent weeks and months and the entire experience with this, but we do the best we can, and a lot of people appreciate it. So we're going to keep doing it as long as we can. We appreciate y'all for sticking this out with us. So, where was Chris Stevens last week? Under the covers, sick as a dog. Like Thursday morning was the first time I actually felt like a normal human being. Because the previous week, December 10th, I had gone to go cover St. George's Conrad boys. And I think I wasn't sure what was going on, but by the time Thursday morning came around, after I left the gym, I felt horrible. And then like for a week straight, I was just like out of it, doing my best to, still show up for my day job and still trying to figure out how the heck I'm gonna get to these high school games. Because you don't want to go nowhere sick. I mean, that's just, general, rule. And so yeah, Thursday was the first day I felt like normal. I was like, thank God, because last week was a really packed schedule and I missed out on most of it because it is doggone cold, but whatever. There's still 2.5 more months of basketball left. So there's no need to panic. There's no need to freak out. Just gonna have to, keep some Mucinex with me on deck and, a little more, citrus and all of that good stuff to, to keep the germs away. But the game I did go to last week was actually a pretty good one. Went to go see St. Elizabeth, who of course was in the Final Four last year. St. George's, who was in the Elite Eight last year. And one thing that I noticed off the rip about St. Elizabeth, we're talking about the boys now, because I went to see the girls previously, but this is my first time seeing the boys. And now that we got some straightening going on, I don't think I'll have too many problems going back over there, but that's another story for another day. The one thing I noticed about St. Elizabeth, and my guy G, Strictly GP, he pointed out to me off the rip, and then I noticed it for myself. St. E's hustles. They scramble, they scratch and claw, they play full court press defense. They turn turnovers into easy baskets. They don't have a whole lot of size, Kenny Hunter's their tallest player that plays regularly, and he's listed at 6'4". I'd probably give him about 6'3" and some change. Then you have Stevie, you have Caden Harris. Those guys are like 6 foot, 6'1". Then you have the Mighty Mites in the backcourt, Kyan Alexander and Deshaun Holden. Those guys are like 5'7", 5'8" at the most. But they gave St. George's fits with that press, especially Deshaun. Like, he literally was just causing turnovers, ripping guards left and right. He literally turned that game around for them, because St. George's got off to a really good start in that first quarter. But once Coach Cassidy told him to turn on the press, that was it. And that is probably what's going to help St. E win the Diamond State again. It'll probably help them. I picked them in top 3 for a reason. I still think they have Final Four potential. I would feel a little bit more confident in that, if they had a guy that was like 6'4", 6'5", or whatever, that could, just grab some boards and, just put back stuff, just your garden variety, garbage man. That's not saying a big guy would be garbage, but that's what they call, like, guys that, just rebound, put the stuff back up in on the offensive end, just, picking up, or as the great Mark Zumoff used to say for the Sixers, picking up loose change. So yeah, or turning garbage into goal, same thing. So yeah, but the funny, there was a little bit of a funny non sequitur after the game, because I went down to the St. E's locker room to do interviews afterwards, as I often do. And Coach Cassidy, I talked to him first, and he sent out Stevie and Deshaun, who I wanted to talk to, and Stevie had his hat on, and Coach Cassidy, of course, take your hat off, and Stevie was like, man, my hair look crazy. I took my hat off because it was a little bit cold downstairs, so I took my hat off. I said, hey, be lucky you have hair. He's like, nah, I'd rather be bald than looking like this. And I was like, man, these kids with the kids that can grow locks, you are blessed, because when you get to be a certain age, this becomes your reality. There are some people my age that still have a full head of hair, and you dudes, I hate you bleep bleeps with everything in me. Let me make that clear. But if for most men, this is your reality. I mean, you don't get to grow long flowing locks that the girlies love and all of that. You have to deal with bald. And I don't know if you can see, but I got, oh yeah, you can see it. Wrong side. You see that? You see that gray right there? That is what awaits you. So I tell you kids this all the time. Cherish your youth. Enjoy every second of it because the party stops after a while. You you wake up. One thing that didn't hurt yesterday, it hurts today. And if that thing stops hurting, something else is going to hurt tomorrow. So be clear. You don't want to be us right now. I mean, yes, you want the life experience. I mean, the life experience part of being an adult is cool because you learn that you don't make the same mistakes twice. But as far as like, worrying about your hair looking crazy, at least you have hair. I'm cooked in that regard. But yeah, that was really funny. But shouts out to Stevie Nicks and Deshaun Holden, good kids. A lot of these kids that I talk to after games, for interviews and stuff. They're polite, they're approachable. They know how to answer the questions and stuff. So yeah, honestly that's part of the fun part of the job because some kids, they give you the standard professional answer. Then you have some kids that give you a little bit more personality with the answers, and it's really cool and it makes for some good, content. So yeah, so that was just like a little fun random note from Thursday's game. But I think St. George's, they're still a tough team. I mean, Flight A, I haven't had a chance to see the rest of Flight A yet. Although I'm floored that Apple beat Penn the other night. Like that was my second choice. If I had gotten to the door in St. E's and had a problem, I would have just kept right on 95 to Route 1 down to Apple. But I didn't, so I was able to stay at St. E's and cover that game. But I am floored that Apple won that game. I guess that you got to give credit to Coach Tom Purse and Riley Busby and those kids. And Penn is still waiting on some. I think there's still some 30-day things going on. I'm not sure. I don't know for sure, but Apple winning that game just kind of like opened my eyes. I was wondering how they were going to do without Daniel Harvey, and right now they're playing some pretty good ball. So Flight A is still a toss-up. I mean, St. George's is talented. I mean, Joshua Obiora has made a sizable leap. I mean, they still got him playing post, but he can handle the ball. If he can develop a good 17, 18 footer, or even more expand out to the 3-point line, he is going to be a hot commodity this summer and throughout his senior season. He's gonna get offers. If he doesn't have them already, he's gonna get offers. Your Harold Best coming off the bench, he gives them good minutes. The young guy, Amir Rhodes, if he grows like 6'9", he is going to be an issue. I mean, he's already 6'6", but he's got good footwork. He's got a soft touch around the basket. Emery Womack, the football star, he does a really good job running point for them. So that St. George's team is tough. Shouts out to Coach Griffin. But yeah, I think St. George's is going to be in the hunt for Flight A. I think Middletown is as well. Appo, Penn. Those four, it seems like every year it is Odessa. So it's 5 teams. It's 5 teams. Remember, I picked Odessa to make it to the Final Four. So there's 5 teams that could conceivably win Flight A. And all 5 of those teams could make it to the Final Four. So it's crazy, man. But that's the beauty. I mean, I think that's something that we've been kind of aiming for in regards to basketball, is that we want a little more parity, a little more, spread out. We don't want the same 3-4 teams making it to the Final Four every year, because after a while it just becomes, but the time will tell. Still a lot of basketball left to be played. I mean, we have teams that have not even played 3 games yet. I mean, there are teams that have played 3 or 4 here and there, but we're going to see a lot of teams down at the Shore. There's the Viking Invitational. I know Howard boys and girls are going down to a tournament in South Carolina for the 2nd straight year. Sanford should be just about coming back from their trip from Arizona. The girls, DMA's girls is playing the tournament down in Tampa, Florida. I think I'm kind of said that I don't like the out of state thing as much and the non-conference thing as much, but at the same time, I've come to realize that helps the kids because you get to play against people that you normally wouldn't see. I mean, you don't get to see a lot of these AAU stars, at a high school level during the summer. I mean, obviously high school, I think it's interesting. I mean, I've always been in the mind that AAU has really done a number on high school basketball. And I'm not going to back off of that either. But to see kids in sort of a little bit more structure, you find out who's who, in my opinion. That's me. AAU, people, you looking to make, overtime and ball is life and all of those Instagram pages. During high school season, we're gonna find out if you can run a set. We're gonna find out if you can, run a pick and roll, that you can you know, how you respond to your coach's baseline out of bounds plays, your sideline out of bounds plays. Can you trap? Do you run a zone? Oh God, the zone. Oh God, I hate a zone defense. I am not a fan of the zone. I don't like the zone defense. It's not something that I enjoy watching. It's not something anybody should enjoy watching. Get up on somebody, grab a man, make them work, make yourself work, make yourself a better basketball player. I think honestly, if we had a shot clock, that's my Christmas wish. My Christmas wish for Delaware basketball in 2025 and beyond is a shot clock. We need one. We are one of a handful of states that don't have one. And when I talked to Kristen Caldwell when she was still coaching Caravel a while back, she said, we are in the business of preparing these kids for college. And not having a shot clock does not prepare them for college. So there are going to be, not every kid is going to play at a Division I level. But there are going to be kids that play at a Division II level, a Division III level, an NAIA level, a JUCO level to start. And all of those places have shot clocks. So the kids have to learn that you have 30 seconds to do something or else. Not just this, running, No, you got to do something. And so it is my hope and prayer that we do have a shot clock going into, I guess 2026, 2027, because we're not getting one, and we didn't get one this year. We're not probably going to have one in 25, 26 either. So 2026, but at least hopefully in the future, that is my Christmas wish for Delaware high school basketball, is that we get a universal shot clock. And speaking of JUCO, this is the most important part of the show. And I want you guys to be, I want high school kids to listen closely. I want their parents to listen closely. I want their trainers to listen closely. The game of college sports, as you know it, has changed forever. Last week, the NCAA said that a kid coming out of JUCO will get the full 4. So yes, if you already played 2 years, those of you who are old school know how it used to be. You get 2 years at JUCO, you get 2 years at a 4-year institution, or 3 if you're redshirting. So now kids can have up to 6 years of college athletics. And yes, junior college and community college still counts as college athletics. So we are talking about so much of a game changer here that high school kids and their parents are going to have to look at this recruiting thing a whole lot differently than they did in the past. Because now you not only are you going up against the top high schoolers in the country, you're going to be coming up against kids that have had 2 years of college ball under their belt and will have a chance at the full 4 if they want to use it. Like, it's not mandatory. It's like, no, nobody's saying you have to stay in college for 6 years, but there are going to be some kids that stay in college for 6 years. Make no mistake about it. So when you're a kid that's being recruited, when you're a parent of a child that's being recruited, you got to dot all your I's, cross all your T's, do every stitch of homework possible to know what this coach is interested in running. If they want to raid the portal, if they're going to go JUCO heavy, if they rely more on high school kids coming out, you have got to do all of that work. Every single bit of it. Like, as much as the kids are being recruited and being studied, I look at it like this. I never forget. One of my mentors in college said, not only are you interviewing for the job, but you're interviewing the job. You're trying to see if this is a fit for you. I mean, yeah, you want to be a fit for them, but you want to make sure it's a fit for you as well. So you got to go into that with that mindset. Like, yes, you are being recruited, but yes, you are the recruiter as well. You got to say, okay, are you gonna, if you're the parent, you say, okay, what degree programs do you have to offer my child? What can make them the best human being coming out when they're done. And then, of course, there's NIL. And as I've said before, some kids have more of a bag potential than others. So if you know that your kid, has that star quality, then yes, you are right to say, okay, so what's your NIL collective like? What's your resources like for, business partnerships and all of that stuff? Like, this has become a business now. The NCAA has taken the mask off. They said, okay, you got us. You got us. We tricked you. We tricked you for about 50 or 60, 70 years. But hey, we are a business. We are in the business of making money. And now we can let your kids make money. Isn't it great? Kinda, maybe, possibly. But you got to do the homework. You have got to do the homework. Make no mistake about it. If you're like I said, if you're the parent, if you're the high school coach, the advisor, the trainer, you literally have to sit down with your kid and dot all the I's and cross all the T's. I mean, you have to research these institutions, what they're everything that is important about college is magnified probably tenfold now because of this new ruling. Because you're going to be up against not just high school kids, you're going to be up against 19, 20-year-old kids that have had 2 years of college ball under their belt. So this is huge. This is a huge ruling, and it just makes the choice that you make that much more important. Like, this is, I mean, it was a huge life decision before. It is like probably the biggest decision you will make in your young life until, you grow up, you graduate, you move, you start a family, all of this stuff. But this is the most important decision you will make until adulthood is a series of important decisions. Like, adulthood is an important decision every doggone day. Like, adulthood, for me was like, okay, do I feel good enough to go to this game? And do I feel like I'm well enough to where I can't, hurt, pass anything on? I mean, because yes, I'm vaccinated. Yes, I'm boosted, but I tested and it said negative. So I'm like, okay, it's not COVID. It's just another stupid head cold. But I still want to be mindful of the people that I, come in contact with, because, it's just personal responsibility and, being mindful of people's space. So, yeah. So, I mean, adulthood is just a series, a daily TV show worth of decisions. What am I going to eat today? If you got to go into work, it's like, okay, how am I going to deal with this coworker that kind of sort of throws me under the bus at every opportunity? What am I going to do about this boss that, seems that doesn't value my work? Your personal relationships. Okay. My partner said something I didn't like. How are we going to hash this out without, overreacting and, crashing out? Your family, how am I going to, spend Christmas with these folks that live across town, these folks that may not be able to make it in town? I mean, like, adulthood is a daily series of consequential decisions. So this college thing is going to prepare you for that daily television show of consequential decisions. Make no mistake about it. I meant consequential decisions. I said that kind of fast and it sounded kind of warped or whatever, but you get the picture. But yes, that is huge. That is huge. I hope you guys are paying attention, because now the stakes have been raised to a ridiculously high level, and you got to be ready for it. You got to be ready for it. That's really all I wanted to talk to you guys about. Oh, yes, it is Christmas. If you guys, I know not everybody has a different holiday celebration. Some folks celebrate Hanukkah, some people celebrate Kwanzaa, some people celebrate Christmas, some people celebrate all three. And in the spirit of the holiday season, I want you guys to be mindful of just, find something to, that brings you joy, and be mindful of people who don't have as much as you or could be missing a loved one, because I can tell you now, I've lost a nephew. I've lost a social media friend who I used to, run back and forth with about basketball all day long. A high school classmate of mine passed away not too long ago. So again, this is the tough part of adulthood. I mean, the older you get, the more people you start to lose over time. And I know some young people have dealt with those things as well. I mean, we've lost a couple of young basketball players the last 2 years. I mean, we lost Corey Mumford 2023. We lost Dame Ross, unfortunately, 2024. And I'm still tore up about Dame because I went to Howard, and so I would be at Howard basketball games all the time and football games all the time. I mean, he was just a solid young man, and it wasn't even his fault. It was just an accident. And tomorrow is not promised to any of us. So this holiday season, you should find comfort in your loved ones, the things that you love to do, the things that you enjoy, because I know y'all love basketball, but your life is going to be so much more than basketball that it just becomes a fraction of who you are and what you did and where you've been. So enjoy your holiday break if you have one. If you are playing in these tournaments this season, bond with your teammates, bond with your coaches, and just have a ball. And, let's go into 2025 on a high note, because I feel like this is going to be a great, season full of surprises. The state tournament, we still trying to figure out where the state tournament is going to be. I mean, I ain't one to gossip, so you heard that from me. And so much more. So enjoy the holidays. Come back in 2025, new you, new attitude, ready to rock and roll. And hopefully this is the last time I come to y'all sounding like death, because I hate being sick and I hate missing games, but I'm ready to get back into the fight. I'm ready to get back into covering these games. And I look forward to seeing y'all in these gyms, man. So thank y'all for watching Holding Court. Greatly appreciate your time as always. Once again, contact information will be in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe, tap the notification bell, like, and comment on these videos so, we can talk. If you heard something you like, if you heard something you want to put it back on, feel free. So thank you all for watching. Enjoy your holiday break. And until the next time we speak, y'all take care of yourselves. As I always say, please do take care of yourselves and each other.